Hi everyone, it's Kirsten Clash YouTube channel. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I am going to be previewing our round 23 clash against Essendon. If you are returning Cavs Magpies, welcome. If you are new to the channel and you're watching this for the first time, like, comment and subscribe. It means the world to me as I'm on my journey to 200 subscribers. This one's a little bit of a mixed one. Reactions, it's the last one to do before the final year. Certainly I think that we are going to have a lot of fun by doing this. This will be a serious look. Certainly I do think that it'll have to be, considering how good we are, as much as possible. Today, Collingwood and Essendon. I will talk about the lineups probably like in a separate video perhaps, but we'll just jump straight into it. Now Essendon, they play like the Richmond way. So how I do this is I preview the game and I go through the breakdown on how Essendon play and how I think that we should stop them. To be honest with you, I think we have to now, because it's the last game of the year. We're not making finals. If Essendon win, they play finals. If they don't, they're out. So I think this is going to be a fair contest for us. Essendon like playing quick, so quick attacking football is what we see from Essendon. They play with the intent of wanting to move the ball on and wanting to, no doubt, improve their game plan as much as possible as parts of that. So I think with that we'll see that. I think for those who are new, I'm going to do my top 5. But I just think now, on top of that, is Essendon like to play the Richmond way, and certainly like the handball game and go through the corridor and open up. Now, Anthony Madon-Tipawuni potential might miss the final series on top of that. But I do think, talking about Essendon, you know, their chance to make finals, as I said, and they can certainly do some damage. They had a 68-point win against the Gold Coast Suns. Got the job done convincingly. We went down by 85 points in a disappointing loss. So we want to bounce back from that and really put some respectability on the line, of course. I just think with the way that Essendon set up, you know, we were a good last quarter team, and it showed with Robert Harvey as well, on how we wanted to play. And I feel like we're just going to have to make this as this, you know, quick ball movement, but pressure Essendon into a lot of mistakes. I think with the pressure you see Essendon carrying and potentially like going out of the way to perform their role, we just need to really lock down on them and potentially perform. To be fair, I think Essendon will have a few ways on how they want to play. We can play the slow ball movement at times. Now, the way how our ins and outs are, there is a lot online here. No Brody Mindcheck. So we're not going with Reef McInnes, but he's listed as an emergency. And so is Will Kelly on that. But I feel like now that this is all out attack from us. Essendon will show that tackling pressure. We just must stick our tackles and make sure that our defence can take these intercept marks. We need to make Essendon play slow. Any slow ball movement suits us. I think Essendon would want us to try and play slow as well throughout the game, and I think that we will see that as much as possible. On top of that, and I feel like that's the only one that we're going to have to do it. From a team point of view, the list is high. We're playing very good footy at the from back half to our forward half, and we certainly can score. But now's a chance that we must take the advantage of doing that and really using that run to attack and really get the ball inside our forward 50 as much as possible, because we know what Essendon will do. This is going to be a big game for Brodie Grundy and Darcy Cameron in particular. We're going in small. Will Hoskinell, I think, is playing on the wing. I think we will have to play smart when we do get the ball inside 50, so we're just going to have to love our eyes. It's how Richmond played, I think, beforehand, as much as anything. On top of that, I feel like we're going to have to produce our best wins for this season. And certainly have a good day out, I feel, to perform. But having said that, I think we're going to see some great plays from the Collingwood Football Club. I think if we do make to go slow, I think we'll have to have Darcy Cameron lead up, and then we got to get our players to get that quick ball movement inside 50 to make that difficult for Essendon. Aaron Francis is playing in the forward line, and I think that would suit us really well because he can take a mark in defence and be that intercept marker in defence as much as anything. So I feel like the chances are we're going to have to play is really smart football. We got to attack Essendon through the corridor. We got to use a handballing game, not to overuse it. And at times it, when we did get that run and carry game going, we're going to have to play smart. On top of that, that's how I feel that's going to happen with us as well. On top of that, because we know that Essendon are a good team and they want to play for success and play in the finals. They haven't won the finals for 14 or 15 or 16 years now. Back in 2004 was the last finals win. As much as possible. I'm now going to do my top 5 and we'll get the tips and predictions up. Now, to be fair, the first one is obviously game plan. We got to really be smart with our game plan and our ball movement here. And I'll put that in the same sense that a kick mark game that we can pull off, we're going to have to take the ball, keep possession off the Essendon. If they get the ball, they'll score and they'll attack easily. So I feel like the time that we do move the ball on, we're going to have to be better in that passage of play and really use it inside 50, because that's where, again, like, we can get onto it. Like, we can get onto a run the goals and they'll work fine, but unfortunately the way that we do play is that we don't always put Essendon to the sword or any other team for that matter when we do get a run on. So I think for that, the game plan is crucial for it and for us to keep going as well. Now, putting teams to the sword is my second one. It's obvious to me how I see it. I don't know about you Magpies fans. notice heaps of you, they're out there. We just don't get that goal or two, whether if it's the first quarter, second, third, or even towards like halfway mark of the last quarter, to really put the game beyond doubt. We did it against West Coast where it worked for us, on top of that, and you just feel that that's the way that we're going to have to go about that going forward. And I seriously do tend to question whether or not that we are capable of doing that, because of the way that we can play, as much as possible. So putting teams towards the second one on that. The third one for me is our forward line. Our forward line, I feel, have to play well. Now, Jack Everton and Darcy Cameron, Jamie Elliott, Will Hoskinelli, Josh Thomas and Oliver Henry. So Will Hoskinelli's playing the half-forward flank. He's a medium-sized forward, and he can jump up too. So if any kicks that come inside 50, he's the one that can really jump high for and take the mark. So can Jamie Elliott. He can take speckies. Jordan DeGoey when he's playing, as much as anything. So I feel like that's the type of game that we have going into it today, and really shining on the facts of the possibility of the way that we need to play, and as simple as that. So I think our forward line has to be good in that case of having to perform as much as possible. Now, our fourth one is our defence. Our defence are going to be under a lot of pressure. It's good that Jeremy Howe comes back in for that. Really call for the way that I see it with him. Potentially a chance that we can all go, okay, well, we've got this here. That's the time to shine. And I think that we're going to have to start really using that to perfection. Now, our last one is our connection. Now, there's going to be two parts of this, so just chill out for a bit as well. The back to mid forward connection is the really one that I'm going to focus on first. And the second one is going to be our ruck and midfield connection. Now, we can win in-outs all we like, but the facts are that we lose the clearances. So if we do win the centre clearances, or we win clearances around the grounds, we're going to have to take the advantage of. But before I do get on to that, I will talk about a back to mid forward connection. Now, that's been lacking throughout the season. It's been working in games, and at times when we play well, we tend to play well. The crucial part for me is that when we do play against Essendon, I think the first time we only lost by 28 points. Whew. And I think with this way forward, we're going to have to produce more wins on the board with that, because I think that our connection can be so good, but then it can be poor. Like, we overuse the handball when we probably should have kicked it. So it's all about getting the boys to have to be freedom, but then you're going to have to teach on a couple times when we need to slow the game down. I'm expecting, realistically, a game where it may not be great to watch, but when at times that we do attack, we can use the ball throughout the whole game and really use that connection really well. So that's how I see it when it comes to it. But having said that, I think there's going to be times where we have to go through and really start performing. As simple as that. The performance starts now for us. Now with our Rockton midfield connection, I think that's been poor. We've won centre clearances, we've won hit-outs and hit-outs to advantage, but we don't take the chances of what we should be doing. And I feel like that is poor from our part as well. We need to be aggressive. We need to really take the advantage on it. So if I was Robert Harvey and the coaching staff, today's the day that we got to do it. We got to take the advantage of performing, and it's a big game. It's a really big game. We got to take the game on. We must attack, and really use the advantage as much as possible, because we know how good the Essendon are. They've got Draper in as the rock. Peter Wright will be the second rock. I don't think Andrew Phillips will play. He's not. He's not listed. He's only listed as an emergency. So I think with that, we got to take the advantage of it, knowing that James Stewart will probably play maybe a little bit in the ruck or up forward, more likely, to try and stretch out defence, or might have a tour, so we, have to be smart when we go inside our forward 50. But I feel we got to start winning the hit-outs. Even if Brody Grundy just grabs the ball out of the ruck and just kick it forward and win that centre clearance as much as possible, I feel that's the only time that we're going to have to go about this and really take the game on to a level. If we do win, it's going to be a tough assignment. I know that. Look, they picked against us last week. Now they've really looked forward and have a look on the way that we go about this. It's a chance for us to shine as a group. Shine as a group and really perform as a group. Because there's nothing better in beating Essendon and rolling up their finals chances as well. So now this is a little bit different. Last time we met, I think we lost by 28 points or something on Anzac Day. It was less than 30 points. We had Will Kelly in. It was a different lineup as well. On top of that, so it was Bob McCreary that was in playing. We didn't have a lot of younger players playing that game in particular. So I feel like we would have learnt from that. Essendon are a better team now. We're not so much of a better team. But just for confidence as well, we must really, the last time we played against them, but now we got to start playing better football on top of that as much as possible, because it's going to hurt either way. So my tips and predictions, I say Collingwood win by 17 points. Jordan De Goey to have 25 disposals plus 2 goals. Jamie Elliott 10 disposals or more, 2 goals. Darcy Cameron to kick 2 as well. Will Hoskin Elliott to have about the 10 disposal mark or more and kick 2 or 3 of that at least. Other than that, this is a real big game for us and we must get the job done as well. My thoughts are on this game is I'm nervous. You can see that I'm really nervous. I say that we're going to have to play well and we're going to have to beat Essendon the way that we need to. And look, I'm getting better when I'm doing this sort of stuff and trying to break down the opposition game plan and talking about what we need to do as well on top of that, because I feel like this is big. as well, on top of what we learned, know and learned from the last result. We'll come out firing. I think no problems on that. 4 quarters, I think 3.5 quarters, I think that it will show something. I think we need to really kick in a goal or two and take the most of our opportunities, like especially in our forward line as well. Like when we get it, we got to really take the most of our inside 50s and really start scoring on it. Because if we have 8 scoring shots and we kick 6 goals too, well, realistically that's 38 points, and depends on how much Essendon's had as well on top of that. So I feel like if we can take the most of our opportunities, we should be able to win. Hope you guys do like the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, go the Mighty Pies.